What I tell you, I made videos quite some time back when I found two other black ladies doing the same stuff. Just because you see somebody up here with a MAGA hat claiming to be a certain thing and y'all want to like it and be like, oh, we're such nice white people. Look, there's a person with a Trump hat on and they're on our side. Golly gee, let's like and follow them. No, let's not. Let's scroll way the fuck down on their page and let's see if they're keeping that same energy. Because he's up here just going, yeah, I scammed MAGA for 30K, laughing, shucking and jiving, doing the normal bullshit that they do. Don't follow these people. Don't.
Let me ask y'all something right off the bat. When did we get to a point in this country where people will literally do anything, say anything, and act any kind of way just to go viral for a few likes, a few followers, and a little bit of internet clout? Because what we're seeing right now is not just embarrassing, it's dangerous, it's misleading, and it's exposing something deeper that a lot of people don't want to talk about. And that is the rise of the grift culture in America. And I'm not just talking about one side either. I'm talking about across the board. You got the race hustle grift, you got the liberal outrage grift, and yes, you even got the MAGA grift. People will attach themselves to whatever narrative is hot in the moment if it means they can get attention and monetize it. And in this situation right here, I'm actually with her on this. I think people need to do their research. I think you need to scroll down, go through somebody's page and see what they've been posting over time and really figure out who they are before you just blindly support them or jump on their bandwagon. Because a lot of these folks, they are not authentic. They're playing a role. They're putting on the show. And when that spotlight turns on them and the pressure comes, now and all of a sudden you got people out here crying, folding, playing in the victim Olympics, acting like they didn't sign up for the exact attention they were chasing. Nah, this is what comes with it. You wanted the spotlight? Now you got it. And now we're seeing the consequences play out in real time. So we're going to break all of this down, talk about the bigger issue behind it, and explain why this isn't just about one person. It's about a culture that is spiraling out of control. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and check this out.
I scammed MAGA for 30 bands. I got the money and ran. Charlie Kirk is dead now. Charlie Kirk is dead now. So we clap our hands and we do the money dance. Trump's a homosexual. Trump is a faggot for beefing with Iran. Why you trying to bomb Iran?
Now, getting into the situation where you're seeing is somebody who clearly got caught up in the moment and started playing games with the internet, started putting on a performance, and now that the heat is on, now that people are digging into his background, and now that accountability is knocking at the door, all of a sudden the energy changes.
Hey everybody, MAGA supporters, Trump supporters. I never received no money. I'm not a scammer, and this was all satire content. Everything was satire. I did it to go viral. I always wanted to go viral since a kid, and it was all just like a joke to me. I was playing a character to go viral. I wasn't making no money off it. I never made no 30,000. I didn't make any money off it. That's why you're not gonna really see no one's gonna come forward and say that they gave me money, because it really wasn't that. I was in a bad situation in my life during that time. I was really going through stuff, and I really had issues, family issues. I didn't have money and stuff, so everything was real. But I just tried to play it out and make a good story to it so it could go viral, because that's what America loves, a story. You know what I mean? But I never scammed anyone, and I really wasn't MAGA, but my views changed. But yeah, that's all I want to say. I didn't really do nothing, and that's my message to you.
So now we get tears, we got panic. Now we got talk of lawsuits. Supposedly that's what's happening. Now we got people scrambling because the same attention they were begging for is now being used to hold them accountable. Because apparently the guy is supposedly going to be sued, possibly, allegedly. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't feel bad at all, not even a little bit, because at some point grown adults have to take responsibility for the decisions they make, especially when those decisions are done publicly, intentionally, and for the purpose of gaining attention. You don't get to play the game and then complain when the game plays you back. That's not how this works. And this is the problem with platforms like TikTok, because TikTok has created this environment where people could blow up overnight off of a 15-second clip. But what they don't realize is that viralness, right? Or that that how can I put this? That virality is not the same thing as sustainability. Okay. You could go viral today and be irrelevant tomorrow. And in that chase for quick fame, people start doing more extreme things, more outrageous things, more dishonest things just to keep that attention going. And eventually it catches up with you. Your actions have consequences. Simple as that. And in this case, whatever consequences come his way, he earned every single one of them because nobody forced him to do what he did. Nobody forced him to get on a platform and put on that show. And that was a choice. And now he's dealing with the results of that choice.
Fuck around and find out should be the new motto of 2026. Because I don't know who the hell is telling you black folks to harass and torture and go up to white people, calling them crackers and being crazy, thinking that you got some sort of black privilege, that you're a goddess or god, you're a fucking king, and you can talk to people and disrespect them however the fuck you feel like it. And then when they retaliate and call you the N-word with the hard ER, or don't give a fuck and give you the same energy back, all of a sudden you're crying racism, want to call the cops. The same cops that you guys hate and call pigs all the time. And post shit on social media pretending to be the victim. Yet you were the antagonizer the whole time. Leave these people alone. And it's not just white folks. I see you guys be racist as hell to Hispanic, Asians, everybody. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? The hate in your heart is so dark. You're black on the outside and inside. That heart is black as coal. And you get surprised when you finally meet your match. Not everyone's gonna tolerate your chimping out. And not everybody's scared of you. And I'm glad that this is the year where people are showing you. Maybe this is what the community needs in order to progress. Because I'm fucking embarrassed.
But let's take a step back, right? And really look at the bigger picture here because this isn't just about one individual. It's about a broader culture issue that we're seeing play out across the country. And a lot of people want to frame these situations as racial issues, but if we're being honest, if we're actually looking at the facts, this is not a race problem. This is a class and cultural problem. And I know that might make some people uncomfortable, but it needs to be said because we've seen this in places like Houston and what we've seen in Daytona during spring break, what we continue to see in various viral clips across social media. It's not about skin color, it's about behavior, it's about upbringing, it's about values, it's about discipline. And class has nothing to do with how much money you have. You can have money and still have no class. You could be broke and still carry yourself with dignity and respect. Class is about how you were raised, with what standards you were taught, and how you conduct yourself in public. And unfortunately, we do have segments of society where those standards are lacking, where there's no accountability, where there's no sense of responsibility, where people are encouraged to act out, to be loud, to be disruptive, to seek validation through attention rather than through achievement. And then when the consequences come, instead of owning it, they want to deflect, they want to blame, they want to turn it into something else. But people see through that. The average American sees through that. And this is where discernment becomes important because not everybody that looks like you represents you. Not everybody with the same background, the same skin tone, the same identity is operating with the same mindset or the same values. And we have to stop grouping everybody together just because it's convenient. That's not reality. There are differences in behavior, differences in presentation, differences in how people carry themselves. And pretending those differences don't exist doesn't solve anything. It just makes the problem worse. And when people go out into the public acting reckless, acting disrespectful, acting out of control, you cannot expect the rest of society just to sit back and accept it without reaction. And that's not how any functioning society works. There are standards, there are expectations. And when those are violated, there are consequences now.
The Democratic Party is a party of, like I said, perverts, liars, psychopaths, anti-Christian bigots, thugs, hoes, and rappers. They were the party of slavery from 1800 to 1860. The party of the Confederacy from 1860 to 1865. The party of Jim Crow from 1865 to 1965. Now they're the party of transgenderism, abortion up to the 9th month, taking your guns away, illegal immigration, open borders, Men in women's bathrooms, men in women's locker rooms, men in women's prisons, men in women's shelters, men in women's dorm rooms. They don't know the difference between men and women, right and wrong. They believe they can change the weather. They believe that they are God, and they don't believe that God exists. You can't think of anything that these ignorant jokers won't do. They got people grown up walking around talking about they're furries. You know what a furry is a grown man that think he's an animal. Walking around in a cat costume eating cat litter and urinating in the corner.
At the end of the day, this all comes back to one simple principle: accountability. You cannot have a society where people are allowed to do whatever they want, say whatever they want, act however they want, and then expect zero consequences. That's not freedom, that's chaos. And what we're seeing more and more is a culture that is rewarding bad behavior, that is incentivizing outrage, that is pushing people to go further and further just to get attention. And then when that attention turns negative, when people start asking questions, when people start holding them accountable, now all of a sudden it's a problem. Now it's unfair. Now it's too much. But no, it's not too much. It's exactly what comes with the territory. And until we start being honest about that, until we start calling it out for what it is, it's only going to get worse. So no, I don't feel sorry for him, not at all, because this is a self-inflicted situation. And if anything, it should serve as a lesson to everybody watching. Stop chasing clout at the expense of your own integrity, right? Clout, popularity, same thing. Clout is the slang term of it. But like I was saying, stop chasing clout or popularity at the expense of your integrity, because once you lose that, it's very hard to get it back. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about this situation? Do you think people are taking things too far for attention, or do you think this is just the new reality of social media? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button, share this video with somebody who needs to hear it. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on your post notifications so you never miss another upload. Peace. Love you guys. Spread that peace, love, and positivity. And as always, we just having a conversation.